One of the most fundamental things to understand when working with building automation systems is how to wire and configure the hardware. The KMC Conquest BAC-9300 series of BACnet Unitary Controllers is an excellent solution for rooftop units, heat pumps, fan coils, air handling units, and unit ventilators. Our unitary controller ships in the factory pre-programmed for these applications, but can also be customized to meet your specific needs. Wiring a BAC-9300 series controller can be different than wiring controllers from other manufacturers, so let's walk through the process. In this video, we are covering wiring from the network and inputs. Let's begin with wiring the controller to the network. This BAC-9300 series controller connects to the network via BACnet over IP. This model includes 2 Ethernet ports with a built-in switch, allowing for easy daisy chaining on the networks. From the previous control on the network, plug the Ethernet cable into one of these ports. Then, to daisy chain to the next controller, plug in another cable to the second port. We also offer a BACnet over MSTP version where the 2 Ethernet ports are replaced with an MSTP terminal block. When wiring BACnet over MSTP, you will have 3 wires. Make sure to use 18-gauge twisted shielded cable for your network. Assuming this controller is in the middle of the network, start by connecting the negative A wires in parallel with all other negative A wires in the network, and likewise connect the positive B wires in parallel with all the other positive B wires on the network. Also, connect the shields of the cables together in each device. Once joined, insert into the appropriate terminals on the controller. At one end of the network, it is important to connect the cable shield to a good earth ground to avoid network interference. If the controller is at either end of the BACnet MSTP network, turn on the EOL, or end of line, switch to the on position. Your controller is now connected to the MSTP network. Let's look at wiring the inputs. Since this is a BAC-9300 series controller, all of the inputs are universal. This means they can be used for either analog or binary signals. Looking at the inputs on the bottom of the unit, you will see a UI for universal input and GND for ground. When wiring the inputs, always be sure there is no power to the unit. The inputs consist of 2 wires, a signal wire and a common wire. Working with the first terminal block, insert the signal wire into the UI3 terminal and the common wiring into the adjacent GND terminal. The common wires for inputs in the same terminal block can be grounded together in the same terminal. Thus, the common wire for the UO4 can go into the same ground terminal as UI3. That's how you wire the network and inputs for a KMC Conquest BAC-9300 series controller. To learn more about wiring similar products and exploring other solutions from the building geniuses at KMC, please check us out on the web at kmccontrols.com.